There have been so many companies laying people off left and right, and the stories I've heard about how they went down are horrible. From Better.com laying off 900 employees through Zoom, to Google, who sent an email in the middle of the night. Horrible. I know many out there have never done this before, or they've had bad experiences. I'm here for you. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how to lay people off respectfully the right way. Trust me, I'd rather not have to do this video, but if you have to lay people off, at least please get it right. Hey leaders, Rico here. I've seen so many layoffs go so poorly. It makes me wonder two things. One, who are these leaders that have no idea how to treat people? And two, who are they hiring to consult them through this process? We've gone through this too many times to still be messing this up. And don't get me wrong, laying people off is the number one hardest thing any leader will do. It sucks, and if you don't think it sucks, you're in the wrong business. You need to go hide somewhere and never work with other humans again. But the reality is that layoffs are happening, and they will continue to happen during every economic down cycle. So, if we can't avoid it, I want to give you the tools to do it with empathy, respect, and make it as painless as possible. One huge caveat though. If you're already a terrible leader or you have a toxic work culture, you'll need more than this video. Call me. There'll be a lot of work to do. Okay, jumping into it. First step, establish the business reasons. I'm hoping you or the executive team has already established this. Whether it's extending the run rate with the cash in the bank, changing the business model, product market fit, whatever it is, make sure you have a clear business reason. This will make it easier to communicate and to stomach if the business reasons are clear and they make sense. Laying people off because other companies are laying people off or because you hired badly, those are not good business reasons. An add-on to this is, as much as possible, don't underestimate your cuts. The only thing worse than laying people off is doing it multiple times. Rip the band-aid. If you need to lay off 20 and in 2 months you need to lay off 20 more, no one will trust you ever. It's better to lay off 30, 35 people now, and if things pick up, potentially hire folks back. And if you follow the steps in this video, the folks that you let go may still trust you and you may be able to hire them back. Okay, next, establish the timing. Nothing is worse than dragging out this process. Once there's one leak, the whole company will be buzzing and productivity will be out the door. If you're gonna lay people off, make this process quick. I'm talking 2 months max from decision day to layoff day. Especially if executives or leaders are part of the layoffs, news will spread quickly and trust again will be out the door. This next piece is one of the most important also. All these are important. Setting a severance package. If you're doing this without one, shame on you. You dragged your feet too long and you put your people in a very, very bad position. You should have known this was coming and set aside funds as a severance for the folks you're laying off. Okay, sorry, off my soapbox. Severance comes after timing because if you can move fast enough, instead of dragging this out for 6 more weeks hoping something turns around, use that 6 weeks as severance and allow people to have time to find their new jobs or work out their life situations. Laying people off with no severance is unacceptable unless the business is just shutting down completely. My opinion, don't be mad, bro. Once that's done, now you need to set the vision for the team post-layoffs. What's changing for the business moving forward? How are we going to continue with the reduced workforce? What does success look like now with a smaller team? What are the expectations of the business? You can't lay off a significant percentage of the business and assume that nothing changes. You have to know that people will be emotional, stressed, burnt out. You gotta show them that expectations will adjust accordingly. If not, be ready for churn and low productivity. Sure, you'll have people that feel like work is getting easier, but that's the exception, not the norm. Make sure you don't bank on that. And this next step cannot, I repeat, cannot be missed. This is how everything's gonna get done and captured. It's a strong communications plan, or comms plan. This comms plan will be the source of truth for everything. You'll document everything from earlier, the business reasons, the timing, the severance, all the things. And especially with timing, this is gonna be important. you want to make sure that things run relatively quickly. So for example, if you're laying people off on Wednesday, on the comms plan, you should have emails drafted and meetings on the books to talk with team leads and supervisors. This will usually happen 1 to 2 days before the layoffs. Unless they were involved in the whole process, then they probably already know what's happening anyway. Walk them through the comms plan and have them fill out the FAQ with anything you may have missed. You should have the general questions answered like severance, computer equipment, benefits, resources, and all that stuff. Make sure your leaders have this information, it's important. Also in the comms plan, there should be a script for folks who are having the layoff conversation. It's gonna be very emotional for everyone, so having that script prepared and making it short and to the point, that's crucial. Don't send people in these conversations without one. Please don't. That will not end well. And it can go off the rails really quickly. And if it's someone they're really close to, let them know that they can follow up with them after work or later that day. Trust me on this one. Have a script and end it with something like, if you have immediate questions, contact HR or see the FAQ, something like that. These meetings should only be 10-15 minutes tops. And one important thing to give to the affected people are resources. Things like how to file for unemployment, how they can get a referral from their manager, how they can get letters of recommendation. Some companies go above and beyond, and they even offer resume reviews for folks that have been laid off. Remember that these are people with families and responsibilities. Even if you can't keep them, help them transition as much as possible. And finally, the last step, but just as important, is the post-layoff plan. So this is for the folks that are staying. If you don't get this right, you lose trust with the team members you still have. Not only do you have to reset the expectations, but you have to repeat the messaging so many times. So many times that they understand, and more importantly, believe it. No one's going to believe in leadership after a mass layoff. Rebuilding trust will be your number one priority. You do that by continuing to give the business reasons and the new reduced expectations for the business. And how this looks in real life is, so the day of, have a team all hands that day where the CEO discusses exactly this. Acknowledge the very tough and frustrating day, but remind the team how to move forward. What is needed? What is expected? Keep it short and easy to digest. Now is not the time for 72 slides on product market fit, innovation roadmaps, and financial strategies. Don't do that. Paint the bigger picture and make sure it makes sense with optimism. Next, have the smaller teams or business units set up 2 meetings. One, to create safe space for folks to vent, cry, be frustrated, all the things. Give people the psychological safety they need, especially after feeling a huge loss of trust. And then second meeting, that's for team leads to reiterate the path forward and how expectations have changed. Again, keep this message simple because people won't have a ton of capacity during a day where they lost a lot of friends and colleagues. And then lastly, you need to consistently motivate and inspire the teams to get re-energized in the business. Remind them why their work is important. Remind them why the company exists. Remind them that they're the team to get you there. Don't patronize, but mean it. You did what you had to do to save the business. That means the business is worth saving. That means you're having an impact. That means what everyone does matters. It means that each person is important. Make sure that they know that. This is for weeks and months to come. Keep motivating, keep inspiring. So I hate this topic. I told myself I never wanted to be part of layoffs again. But there is a better way to do it. Hopefully this will help make layoffs a better experience for everyone. It's never a fun thing, but even with difficult decisions, there's a better way. And speaking of a better way, if you're looking for a way to turn a toxic culture around, check out my video on the secrets to doing just that, linked here. As always, thank you for watching. If you found this content useful, please like and subscribe. Remember, I'm here to help you become the leader you were born to be and to create the future you've always wanted. I'll see you next time.